Hey friends, my name is Z and you're watching MakesItEasy, and welcome to a new video for IGCSE at Maths. And today we have questions for sketching graphs, or in this case it's cubic and quadratic graphs. And we looked into the rules and examples last video, so if you haven't checked it out, just check it out in the description or check it out in my YouTube channel. And these questions are from DrFrostMaths or DFM, so if you want the PDF, just check out the description or check it out in my website. And before you get into it, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe, and ring the notification bell so that you don't miss out on any future videos. And we move on to the first question, which is a sketch of the graph y equals ax squared plus bx plus c is shown. Find the value of a. So we can just see that the coefficient of a is attached to x squared, right here. And we know that the shape of x squared is really important. And if it's a positive x squared, it'll be this, like a smiley face, positive. And if it's a negative x squared graph, it'll be like a sad shape, like this. And we can look at the shape of the graph. It's a positive shape because it's a U shape, like a U. So it means that a must be positive. So the value of a is positive. And question 2, a sketch of the graph, of the curve y equals x plus 1 and 2 minus x is shown. These points are shown on the curve. Write down the coordinates of point Q. So know that the point Q and point P are the roots of the equation of the curve. This right here and this. So know that P is 2, 0, and we can just use this equation right here to determine the other root because it's quite straightforward. It's x plus 1 and 2 minus x equals y. And if we set y by 0, which is what we want when you're trying to find the root, because it's on the x-intercept where y equals 0, so it'll be 0 equals whatever this is. So essentially it'll become x plus 1 equals 0 and 2 minus x equals 0. And we know that if we do 2 minus x equals 0, x will be 2, which is the value for p. So we don't want this, we want to focus on this. So it'll be x plus 1 equals 0, and therefore x equals minus 1, right here. So once we have the value for x, we have to find the value for y. So just use the original equation of x plus 1, 2 minus x equals 0. Substitute x equals minus 1 to find the value for, is equal to y. Substitute the value of x by minus 1 to get minus 1 plus 1, and this minus 1, which is basically 0 because it's a y-intercept. It's an x-intercept or the root. So it'll be, point Q will be minus 1, 0. Then we have question 3. Here's a sketch of y equals 10 plus 3x minus x squared. Write down the equation of the line of symmetry of y equals this. So we can see that there's this maximum point right here. So what we have to do is that we have to find this x value point to draw like a straight line, because if you draw a straight line down the maximum point, you get this line of symmetry because both shapes are the same. So we have to find the maximum point by completing the square. So it will be y equals minus x squared plus 3x plus 10. And we have looked into completing the square a few lessons before, so if you haven't checked it out, just check out the description. So it'll be y equals minus x squared minus 3x plus 10. So this value right here will be minus 3 divided by 2, and that number will be squared, which gets us 9 over 4. And minus 9 over 4 on the outside times my minus will be plus 9 over 4. And therefore this simplifies to y equals minus x minus 3 over 2 squared, and basically this doesn't really matter because what we're trying to find is the x value, which is minus a plus b. The a would be this, so it will be minus 3 over 2, which is just 3 over 2 right here, and b will just be this, and it doesn't really matter because we don't need the y value. So oops. Let me just rub this out. 3 over 2 and this. So we have this x value and the y value for the maximum point. And basically we have to draw a straight line on the x equals this value right here to know that this is a line of symmetry. So since we know that the maximum point right here has a value of x equals 3/2 or 1.5, that means that this is a line of symmetry where x is equal to 3/2. They will split the graph into two exact parts. Therefore, this value right here is the answer, which means that it's basically x equals 3/2 or 1.5. Then there's question 4. Here's a sketch of 10 plus 3x minus x squared like just now. Write down the two solutions of this and this. So it's quite straightforward because you already have these 2 points. Basically the solutions means the root of the equation. And you can see it by looking at these point right here, this and this. So you can see it's either x equals minus 2 or x equals 5. So it will be x equals minus 2 or x equals 5. Then we have question 5. We have this equation, this graph right here, and it intersects the axis at x equals 1/2 and x equals 5. Write down the equation of the quadratic graph. So we have to basically reverse engineer the two roots. So we know that x equals 1/2 and x equals 5. So if you reverse engineer it, it could be 2x minus 1 and x minus 5 equals 0. Because if you equate them to 0, it'll be 2x minus 1 equals 0 and x minus 5 equals 0. And it'll be x equals 5 and x equals 1/2, which is what we have. So when we have the two brackets, we have to let me just write it out here. X minus 5. We can just times everything out to get 2x squared minus 10x minus x plus 5 equals 0. And what we do is that we just simplify the equation to get 2x squared minus 11x plus 5 equals 0. And that's the final answer. Equals y. So y equals 2x squared minus 11x plus 5. Then question 6. The minimum point is minus 3 for this graph. Y equals ax squared plus bx plus c. Find the number of solutions for this equals minus 6. So remember it will be this equals y. So that y equals ax squared plus bx plus c. And it will be y equals minus 6. And we equate those two to become this. So we know that we have to draw a line on y equals minus 6 to find how many points it crosses, like the number of solutions. So we know that the minimum point of this curve is 2 minus 3. So there's the curve doesn't touch any point beyond y equals minus 3. So that means that it won't ever touch the point on any y equals minus 6. Because y equals minus 6 could be let's say here, when the curve doesn't touch it, right? Therefore, there will be no solution, or 0 solution, or 0 roots, so it will be 0. So question 7, write down the coordinates of the minimum point on the curve this. So we have to do completing the square to get y equals x squared plus 6x plus 2, which if you complete this way, it will be y equals x squared plus 6x. You'll do 6 divided by 2, which is 3, 3 squared, 9, plus 2 minus 9, which is x plus 3 squared, and it will be minus 7. So basically the maximum or the minimum point is this right here is a and b. It will be minus a, b, which means minus a is minus 3 and b is minus 7. So that's the minimum point. So it'll be minus 3 minus 7. Then question number 8, and it shows a graph or a curve y equals 4 and x minus a squared plus b. The curve passes through 0, 10 and 2, 10. Work out the value of a. So basically we know that if you convert this into the maximum or minimum point, it will be minus a, b, which is a, b, because if you just ignore these as the point, because these are just general expression of what this turns into this. So it'll be minus a, which is just ab. So we know that this point right here is ab. So we know that the minimum point in this case is kind of like the line of symmetry, because we know that this point right here is 0 and 10, and this point right here is 2 and 10. So it must be in the middle of the 2 points. If you draw a straight line, it's basically the line of symmetry. So since this is x equals 0 and x equals 2, that means that the middle must be x equals 1. It has to be x equals 1 because this is 2 and 0 and this is the middle. And we know that a is the x value, which is 1. So therefore x is equal to 1, where it means a is equal to 1 too. Therefore a is equal to 1. Then we have question 9. Work out the value for b from just now. And we know that from just now, we know that a equals 1. So we should just substitute this into the equation to get y equals 4x minus 1 squared plus b. So we have to find the value of b. And if you're not sure how to do it, you need one coordinate. And in this case, we have two coordinates. We have x equals 0 and y equals 10, and x equals 2 and y equals 10. So in this case, we'll just choose x equals 0. So we're going to do when basically x is 0 and y is 10. So it'll be 10 equals 4, 0 minus 1 squared plus b. So it'll be 10 equals 4. 0 minus 1 will be 1, 0 minus 1 will be minus 1, and minus 1 squared will be 1 plus b. So it'll be 10 equals 4 plus b. So to find b, just minus both sides by 4. So 10 minus 4 will be 6. Therefore b is 6. And therefore b is 6. And then we have question 10. Here's a sketch of y equals x cubed plus bx squared plus cx plus d, where b, c, d are constant. Work out the value of b, c, and d. Basically, we have to reverse engineer as well, because we have 3 roots already right here. So this root is x equals minus 1, x equals 2, and x equals 5. So if we reverse engineer it, it will be x plus 1, x minus 2, and x minus 5. Because if you equate all of them to 0, it will be x equals minus 1, which is right here, x equals minus 1. And this number 2, x equals minus 2 equals 0, x minus 2 equals 0, it will be x equals 2, which is right here. And the third one, x minus 5 equals 0, it will be x equals 5, like this. So we have the 3 brackets. We have x plus 1, x minus 2, and x minus 5. Like so. So we just have to expand the bracket to, let's just expand these 2 brackets to get x squared. Minus 2x plus x will be minus x minus 2 times by x minus 5 equals 0, or in this case y. And then you expand these 2 brackets to get x cubed minus 5x squared. Then move on to the second one. It will be minus x squared plus 5x. Move on to the third one, minus 2x and plus 10. And you add it up to get x cubed minus 6x squared plus 3x plus 10. So this is equation for the original equation. Let's just rub it out. So it's basically x cubed minus 6x squared plus 3x plus 10 equals y. So we can equate this right here to this. So it will be x cubed plus bx squared plus cx plus d equals y. And we can see how they relate. Like 1, 1, this, and this. Therefore, we know that b is minus 6, c is 3, and d is 10. And then question 11, we have here's a sketch of the cubic function y equals f of x. given that f of x is x cubed plus bx squared plus cx, we've got the value of b and c. And it's similar to the one just now. So we have x equals minus 5, x equals 0 as the root, and x equals 3. So if you reverse engineer it, it will be x plus 5, x minus 3, and it will just be an x due to this equals 0. And if you expand this side out, it will be x squared minus 3x plus 5x, it will be 5 minus 3, which is 2x. And minus 3 times 12 is minus 15. And all of it times by x equals 0. So if you expand the bracket out, it will be x cubed plus 2x squared minus 15x equals 0. So now you can compare this function right here to this function. Let me just write it out. It will be x cubed plus 2x squared minus 15x equals 0, or in this case f of x, and this is also equal to x cubed plus bx squared plus cx equals f of x. And you can relate see how they relate. This, and this. Therefore b is 2 and c is minus 15. So therefore b is 2 and c is minus 15. And that's the answer. And moving on to the last question, we have question 12. A cubic curve has a maximum point of a equals minus 410 and the minimum point of 2 minus 26. The tangent to the curve at A and the normal to the curve at B intersect at point C, and we've got the area of triangle ABC. And you may sketch a diagram to help you. So there are a lot of ways to do it, but I'll just try to do it in the simplest way without really sketching the graph. So let's just draw a maximum point of A, so it'll be minus 410, a rough point. It'll be around here. A minus 410. Then B, 2 minus 26. It'll be, let's say here, B, 2 and minus 26. And C is basically the intersection between the tangent at A and the curve and the normal at B. So the tangent is basically like this, which is basically the same angle, like 90 degrees, and the normal is basically like this. And it's not to scale, obviously, because I just hand draw it, and it'll be like this and this. So you can just try to find the equation of the line, but what you can just do is that you can just find the distance between the x distance. You can find this value, the y distance, and the x distance between A and B to find the equation, to find the area of the triangle. Because if you can see, this will be a right angle, and you can rotate it anywhere, and it all fits into the whole equation of like ABC, or like the whole point, like the ratio. So I can just find y and x, because if you mirror it, it'll be the same. So in this case, x would be, because this point is minus 4 and this point is 2, minus 4 to 2 will be 6, because 2 minus 4 will be 6. Because x is basically 2 minus 4, which is 6. And the y value will be from y equals 10 to y equals minus 26. So it will be 10 minus 26, which is 36. Because y is 10 minus 26, which is 36. So now you have what y and x is. You basically have a triangle where it's let's just flip this. Here's 36 and here's 6. So now you just find the area of a triangle by doing half AB. So it will be, let's just rub this out. It will be half AB, which is half 36 times 6. And let's just half 36, you get 18. 18 times 6. And if you put into the calculator 18 times 6, you get 108. 108 unit. Therefore, this is the final answer of 108 unit. And let's just write it in a new color. 108. And therefore, the unit square will be 108. And that's the final answer. And that's it for this questions video for sketching graph, and I hope you all find it useful and helpful, and if you did, please leave a like and subscribe, and ring the notification bell so you don't miss out on any future videos. And if you have any comments or constructive feedbacks about my channel or videos or website or anything, just drop that in the comment section and I'll reply to them. And if you have any confusion or anything, just drop that in the comment section as well, or drop me an email and I'll reply to them. And also check out my social media in the description, for example LinkedIn or Instagram, or if you need any resources or any learning resources, just check it out in my website in the description, or you can type it out in your browser at www.makesiteasy.com. And I hope you'll find it useful and helpful, and I'll see you all in the next video, which will be rules and examples for factor and remainder theorem. But until then, stay safe and happy learning.